Greetings, RC model geeks, and here we are in the shed yet again for part 17 of the Sarik Hobbies de Havilland, Canada Chipmunk build. Now, after making yesterday's video, I thought I'd have a bit of a play around last night, because I was thinking about the fairing for the undercarriage. And there is the undercarriage. Now there should be an aerodynamic fairing that goes round that. And the way it's designed to be done is basically you solder a tag of tin plate onto this leg, and then glue some balsa blocks onto it that are shaped into an aerofoil. And that's great and all well and good. And I thought to myself, oh, do you know what? I can do it better than that. So, with my bit of tin plate, I made that, which is basically a rib, and it's bent round, and you can see there's a, oh, we dropped one. Let's have a look at the other one. Yeah, it's bent round, and it's got a flange on the side of it and a hole, and that can go over this leg and be soldered to the leg, along with the second one that has dropped onto the floor and I now can't see. But they can go over that leg and be soldered like there and there. And then what you can do is you can get some litho plate sheet and wrap it round the aerofoil section and screw it into these two ribs. And that is exactly how it was done on the full size. They had two ribs, one there, and a bit of sheet was wrapped round and basically screwed into the ribs, and then it was screwed down the back of it as well. So that is what we're going to do for this. Nice and simple, pretty light, and sort of true to scale, really. So that's good. Then Dave Day, one of our subscribers to the channel, was saying about the undercarriage and why wasn't it made so you could actually remove it if you wanted to, rather than it being completely sort of built into the wing, and you know, if you wanted to repair it, you're screwed. So what I'm thinking is that I will modify this point here. Rather than having this P-clip that goes around this bent leg, I'll put a hardwood block in there to hold it. Now with that hardwood block, that means we can just undo these 4 screws and that undercarriage leg can come out without having to, you know, muller half of the wing to get the thing back out. All you would have to do is just cut away this little bit of wood that's covering over these attachment points, which has got to be much better than having to cut away the panel here to get to the screw to release that, etc, etc. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to drill a hardwood block and then glue it in there so that that sits in it. So that is what we're going to do first of all today. Drill a block, get it the right size, glue it in there. Right, so my experimentation continues. There is the finished article. And that is, I have to say, pretty close to what they do on the full size. It's basically fixed down the back there, and there's some screws that go into the ribs here. And that is as light as anything. That's probably lighter than making it out of balsa. So I think what I'm going to try and do is install it on there, see what it looks like. So I'll come back to you when I've done that. Right, well, I'm pretty chuffed with that. See if we can get it in the shot, eh? There it is. Let's turn it around, make it a bit easier to get to. That, I reckon, is pretty damn good. And if you look at some photographs of a chipmunk undercarriage, in fact I'll put a link, I'll put one up now actually, I'll show one, and you can see that the idea is pretty similar to what we have there on the method of construction and everything. So that is a winner, a very good winner. Oh yes. So I'm not going to do too much today, mainly because it's flipping hot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sort this block out. I'm going to drill the block, get that block glued in, and then that's it. Boom, I'm calling it a day. Otherwise I'm just going to roast in here. But yeah, that looks pretty good. The other thing you've got to do on this kit is you've got to cut this shape out of this bit of wood, out of the this here. Yeah, mainly because you've got to allow for movement of the undercarriage. So if you have a heavy landing, this gets knocked back, this whole thing is going to twist, and so there should be a cutout in here in this leading edge wood to allow this to just sort of move back into that gap rather than digging into the wood. It is actually on the plan as well. But yeah, I like that. That method works quite well. Now, these screws, these little dinky screws, they're part of that Storch build. You know, that bag of like 200 screws or whatever there was. Yeah, so I've used those, so they did come in useful for the fixings around there. What you can also do with those screws, they're really soft. They're very, very soft, but you can actually use them like rivets. So once you've put it through the bit of metal that you're holding together, if you just trim it off with a little bit sticking out and then hit it with a hammer, it pings over really nice, and basically sort of simulates a rivet. And that's what I've done on this side here. Let's see if we can get a closer look at that. Yeah, what I've done down here is chopped off these screws and just hit them with a hammer, and yeah, it's exactly like it being riveted. So that is all good. So, gonna do the block, call it a day. Back soon. Okay, so I've made a block. There it is. got a hole in it. Now that block is going to sit over, there you go, the end of the undercarriage there, and then that's just going to be glued to this rib here. So I'm going to get that glued up, and then I think we'll call it a day. Right, well, that is it for the day. Too hot in the shed. So we got that block glued in, and we played around with the fairing, and we made something that looks half respectable. So yeah, we are good to go, really. Once that's dried off, obviously we could basically sheet the leading edge. So we'll probably do that tomorrow, as long as it's not too roasting hot in here. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to look at Sarik Hobbies website and go and see if you can find something that you want to buy. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you for watching Captain Rob's RC Model Geeks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. If you want to see more of the same type of videos, don't forget you can subscribe. If you want to support us, you can use PayPal, paypal.me/RC Model Geeks. If you want to contact us, you can email us rcmodelgeeks@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.